because it's stamped. Jack, can that be like lifted or anything?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was trying to evaluate that. The whole slab is probably about 6 or more inches thick.
He might be able
So
to lift it.
yeah, I was thinking he might be able to cut it off at a good spot and then mud jack underneath it and essentially build a little step there. But he'd also have to grind out where the slab connects to their stone retaining wall. Otherwise, when you jack that thing up, it's going to crush that retaining wall.
So this guy really did make a mess. And he doesn't want to talk to us anymore. He said he's going to get a restraining order or file harassment charges. Well, Suze, what is this clown's number? Do you have it over at Benjamin? I want to use the number so people don't call it for future concrete work. If that's possible, I think we ought to let people know not to call this jerk over at M&J. This is Mickey George. Don't call him because if you want concrete work, because it's going to be bad concrete work.
Tom?
720, is that it there?
Well, yeah, that's Mickey's number.
Yeah.
That's Mickey's number.
All right. So don't call this number if you want concrete work, because even though the surface is pretty good, he just did it wrong, and he refuses to make it right. That's M&J Contractors, 720-302-3815. So don't call that number if you want concrete work done the right way. It's too bad to say that this young man and his company sucks. Now, they were going to do the right thing, and then they changed their mind. Mickey George is the general contractor. And if you see this number, you might want to avoid it for concrete. 720-302-3815. That's 720-302-3815 M&J Contractors. So this guy's left with a slab he can't really use. That's too bad. We have more coming up.
Done right kitchens and baths, windows and doors. How about starting with a call to
Sylvain was moving about you. I say, Excel Roofing. 36,000 satisfied. That's just part of the trilogy. In business, 27 years with the same owner, Jim. And what I like most is you don't pay a cent until you're content. And there's no cancellation fees, no high pressure sales, just honest, free, complete estimates so you know exactly what you need when you approach your insurance company. You know, in roofing, there are so many companies that come and go. Companies that even buy out.
Hey, how do you guys work when you're off season now?
Excel Roofing is the same company it was in the beginning.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Now, as I said, we had the guy with the patio, and the slope patio seems to be a little excessive. So that's the way it looks. There's nothing we can do about it.
No, but we can warn the hell out of people that this guy does not know how to pour anything.
Well, you know what's weird? He finished it well.
Well, you said it looked good, but who cares? Remember that one we saw? The guy went out. It looked like a great hunk of concrete, but the person that owned the house, if they came out of their front door in a wheelchair, would have dropped off about 3 feet.
That was a ramp that was so unbelievable. A ramp with no railing, and it was high and narrow. It looked like a carnival ride.
It was nuts.
An unsafe carnival
I wonder
ride.
if this guy did that as well. I mean, I don't know.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Would you say...
Hey, Tom, can I just if Robert is listening, the one who's concerned about the tollway, please call back. We need your phone number.
Yeah, but I want to know what you found out.
Well, I'm waiting for the PIO to call me back, but they said it would really help if we had an address. So if Robert could call back and give me the address of where the cars are,
If we don't know where they are, what the hell are we going to do?
Right. So
He said near Southwest Plaza.
right. So if I have
But what I wanted to know from them is, in general, how do they handle unregistered, untagged cars?
right,
They gotta tag it.
I'm waiting for them to call
All
back.
right. Sean, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
What's going on with you, Sean?
Well, I was the one that was having trouble with the Gregorio's restaurant way back in January. He didn't want to
Okay.
pay me.
I want to find your little call here if I can.
You worked for him for a while, and he simply didn't want to pay you all the wages, right?
Right.
Right.
So what happened?
Well, I ended up filing with the labor board, and they awarded me $4,177.
Hey, man, that is
The
wonderful.
labor board doesn't fool
I
around.
told you, wage an hour, and you went to them. That's good. A lot of people, when we tell them to go there, they don't believe us. Tell us, how long did it take for them to get back to you?
And did you get paid yet?
That's the problem I'm having now. He doesn't want to pay. He's saying that he was going to sue me at district court because I falsified all my information, and I'm like,
Wait,
dude, they've already
tell me what happened with Wage and Hour Board. When you put in a complaint, did you do it online?
No. I filed paperwork. I mailed it in.
Okay, and what happened?
Well, they had a they had a guy
Somebody
that
contacted you, right?
investigator. Yes.
That's
And he went
wonderful.
through the whole case.
You know what? This is what, we've noticed this in the past, that the Wage and Hour Division, the Wage and Hour Board, they really help. So an investigator called, and what then?
Well, they investigated the whole thing. They asked what happened, yada yada. Then they got his side of the story, and I just kept giving them all the paperwork they wanted. I had nothing to lie about. And so they just kept, I just kept giving them everything, and it took about 7 months, but I ended up getting awarded.
Do they have any enforcement down there? Big deal. They say, okay, this guy does owe you $4,100, but then this guy says, yeah, okay, who cares? I'm not going to pay you. Can they shut the restaurant down? I mean, I don't know. Do they have any teeth, or is this just like another agency that sucks?
So they awarded you $4,100 how long ago?
Well, I got awarded it at the end of June, like almost July.
And now the guy won't pay.
Yeah, he
What's
has
his
2 weeks
name?
to pay.
What's his name?
Greg Abeda Sr.
And he says no, right?
Yeah, he said he wants to fight it, and it's like, dude, they've already did an investigation for 7 months.
So what does the labor board say when you say, hey, the guy still ain't paying?
Well, now I have to take it to district court, I believe, is what they said. So that's why I'm
No,
calling.
not for $4,100. You don't. You can go to small claims court.
Well, I'm just wondering if there'd be, if they can award more penalties, or how that work, or what?
Well, tell me this: was that $4,100 any part of it penalty?
Yes, sir. $2,300 they gave for penalties.
All right, I would go to small claims court for the $4,100.
Yeah, but if the guy's not paying now, okay, so he goes, he gets the judgment, which
And then
will
puts a
probably,
lien on his restaurant.
if he owns his restaurant.
Unfortunately, he closed the week after I quit. You know
Oh,
what I
he's
mean?
gone.
Yeah, he couldn't do it by himself. I mean, I was the one.
Wait a minute. He's gone completely?
He's out of biz.
Yeah.
You're out of luck.
Yeah. Well, according to what they're telling me is that he's responsible, or the restaurant's responsible. So
Yeah,
either
but
way, he's still responsible. So that's why they're telling me to go to district court.
They
So
said
can
he was.
garnish his wages.
They said he was personally responsible.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Because you can't keep wages from somebody.
Okay, I want to know something. Tell me about Greg Abeda. Where is he? Where does he hang out?
Well, he lives in, I think it's Thornton. He lives over off like 112th and Colorado Boulevard.
Do you have a phone number for him?
I do.
What's his number?
Let me hold on one second. Let me get it up.
Suze, do you want the number off the air to call him?
Sure.
Okay, hold on. Now here's the story. Gregorio, or Greg Abeda Sr., won't pay the award by the Wage and Hour Board. of $4,100. Tell him we'd like to hear from him. Okay, Benjamin, I want you to give that number to Suze, okay?
You mean Sean?
Oh, it's Sean. I'm sorry, not Benjamin. Sean is the other guy. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. Sean.
I never realized the labor board had almost zero teeth when it comes to scumbags. I mean, honestly, most, Walmart losers are going to pay up. But when you get a guy that owns a small business like this, they can just close the doors and screw you.
Now, Benjamin, I'm sorry. Now I'm back to you, Benjamin. You want to know how to file a lawsuit against this guy?
Yes.
Okay. I would get a written report from this inspector you had. And then what I would do is go to small claims court and sue
Tom?
Mickey George.
It's Mikey, not Mickey. Mark, you're wrong about that.
I'm going off of what the
guy
said.
said Mickey. The guy said Mickey. I'm sorry. It's Mikey.
Marty just emailed saying it's Mikey.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care who
but
it
he
is.
has no idea where to find the guy, Tom. And he wants to sue for more than $7,500.
Well, he's not going to. Why? Oh, I'm sorry. Of course he could. He has to get an attorney. You're right. This was a $24,000 job. Holy crap, I forgot about that. You know, Benjamin, you do have a big job. You really do need to see an attorney.
Hold on.
You do. I don't think it'll be worth it. You want to know the truth? I don't think it'll be worth it. I don't think this kid will have any money at all.
That's what I'm afraid of.
When was the last time you talked to him?
What was it?
I texted him last week. My wife texted him last week, and he just, when we did talk, he hung up.
Yeah, he's nasty.
And then
he's pissed.
He doesn't answer.
He's pissed that he did a bad job, and now he can't do anything about it. He doesn't have the wherewithal to fix it. I mean, but
okay. My question, Tom, would I have to have somebody come and give me an estimate what it would cost for them to repair it?
Yes.
And then turn it over.
How do you repair it?
That would be your damage. I would look into raising it. That's what I would do. I would look into slicing away from the wall and raising it. I'm serious. I would do it.
You know what I do? Call AAA Concrete Leveling and just ask them. They give free estimates. Let's see if it's even a real deal out there. That's Howard's old company, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I would try them. Or do we have anybody else to give another opinion?
Not at this point because they're seasonal.
Oh, mudjacking.
Yeah, Crackerjack.
Crackerjack. They're not on the referral list right now?
Not this second.
Okay.
I don't honestly, it's funny you say that. I hope they made it through COVID. I mean, they're a pretty big operation, but who knows, man.
I would call both companies and try to get an estimate to see if they can fix it. Crackerjack, Mudjacking gives free estimates. So does AAA Concrete. What's the name of it? Concrete Jack. Look it up.
Concrete Leveling.
Concrete Leveling. Do that, Benjamin. You might be surprised you can get this done for less than it costs to sue.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just up in the air. I'm pissed.
Hold on, though. I don't blame you.
How that works at the end.
Ben, I don't blame you, man. But let's see if we can get this done. Really, let's call one of them on the air. See if we can get somebody on the air, and just to talk about it, and then he can go out and look.
Hey, Tom, you know what I'm saying?
No. Call AAA is what I'm saying.
Remember that insulation company that would blow the foam into?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to them? That's some business.
They're good too.
Because they stopped advertising. They used to advertise a shitload.
Yeah, they stopped advertising because they weren't getting what they wanted. And they weren't getting enough people to do it. It was too expensive for them.
I-270 east and westbound, very heavy
Johnson.
in both directions.
But what was the name of it? Mile High or something?
I couldn't remember what
it was. It was the foam.
Right, where they would blow foam
Rocky
into.
Mountain foam or something.
FoamMyWalls.com.
Yeah, really good.
Right now it is 70 degrees. With your impact traffic and
What was his name? Chase
Johnson.
Chase,
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy to
Well, the good news is they started framing my place, which means they have all of the lumber, so we don't have to worry about that.
Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
Hey, let's talk about Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. You know what he does? Free market valuations of your home, and they are second to none. They're better than an appraisal, better than Zillow, because it tells you from his 27 years of experience what that house will sell for. And that's really important. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Genesis Solar is now, of course, officially up and running strong with all the tax credits you need and the guarantees you need. GenesisSolarCO.com. You've heard of Genesis Exteriors, Genesis Total Exteriors, same ownership, GenesisSolarCO.com. Contact them for free evaluations of your lot to see if you're a candidate for solar. It takes 20 minutes. They can do it off-site. GenesisSolarCO.com. Hey, I hope you never need Joe Lazzara, a criminal defense attorney. But if you do, he's available at flat rate pricing and free consultations. Let me talk a little bit about criminal defense. I don't want to get too far into it, but a DUI is a crime. A major traffic offense is a crime. And then, of course, there can be a scuffle with a neighbor. It doesn't even have to come to fisticuffs. Just using bad words and loud mouth can be a crime. If you ever get into trouble, times are weird right now, call Joe. 303-429-6200. That's Joe Lazzara. 303-429-6200. Or find him at referrallist.com.
All right, check it out. This deal is unbelievable. I say it all the time, but please listen to this. Not only do you get a new furnace, and the cold weather's coming up, you probably need a new furnace if yours has a lot of problems and it's over 15 years old. But you also get a new air conditioner, and you also get a whole home humidifier. So once again, let's recap. New furnace, new air conditioner, whole home humidifier, and you get 5 years to pay with 0% interest, and it all starts at $8,500. Some other companies sell just the air conditioner for that. It's the great folks at 888 Heating. You can check them out at 888heating.com as well as the referral list, which, by the way, they've been on for over 15 years. Or you can call them at 888 Heating.
Services looking for professionals to join their...
Yeah, here's what I'm trying to figure out. So picture this. Let's say you've got this patio that's 100 feet by 40. How the fuck do you mud jack it? But no, I'm not saying that. At the very end, where I picture a tennis court that's like this. So at the end of the tennis court, you can't just have fucking mud under it. At some point, you got to have something holding up something, right?
They go in different sections.
Yeah, but don't you have to have a retaining wall at the end of it somewhere? What holds the fucking mud in at the very end?
Okay, well, they don't go on the very end.
Because the whole thing's like this.
They don't go on the very end. They're pills. They're pills of mud that are injected sporadically through it that lifts it. Then you backfill with dirt.
Okay, so you're going to have to do quite a bit more than just jacking it up.
Well, it depends on how much.
Like when my sidewalk was a little off, they just jack it up.
Normally, they just go a few inches. They don't do a foot. Yeah, so there's not a lot of backfill. Normally, there's not a lot of backfill. It's a remarkable process. I had a big, giant area level of stamped concrete, as a matter of fact, but they just did it in sections.
Yeah, my little job they did great, but I can't imagine a tennis court that's completely fucked up. I don't think you can inject. Think of how much mud we're talking about.
No, but they don't fill the whole thing they don't fill the whole thing.
Usually you're just finding a void, and you're filling that void.
You're not filling the void. You're putting a pill. It's a pier. It's mud that spreads out and lifts.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily fill the whole void. I mean, if the void is small enough, you can, but otherwise, you'll go broke.
I guess what I'm saying is generally you're fixing something that sunk with a void.
That's right.
Now you're actually trying to level something where there is no voids. Got a big fucking truck, man. If you've ever seen a mudjacking truck.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, there are a lot of mudjacking trucks way smaller.
That's what I mean. These guys have a big fucking truck.
And it bases them out of a lot of jobs.
Yeah, because they can't get to them.
And I never understood, but of course you could tell that.
One was in her 50s. I think he's 80.
Wow. What was he doing both of them?
I don't know if he was doing either of them for that matter.
I don't know if he's that old, actually.
Maybe 70. He's definitely 70.
He was enjoying his rest.
He's a hound.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Trevor. Trevor is with AAA Concrete Raising. Hey, Trevor, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
Trevor, do you have Instagram, by the way, if you could look in your phone? We got a guy who has a concrete patio poured and stamped, and the slab is about 6 inches thick. It's really thick, and the top layer is stamped, and it's sloping about 6%, and it's only supposed to be 2%. It's really complicated. It's not one square slab, and it's poured up against his foundation. I'm just wondering, have you ever had situations like that where you had to level something like that? I mean, it's not cracking, it's not heaving, it's just poured. It's actually a really nice-looking patio, and it just has to be lifted so it's not sloping so much.
So it was poured with that pretty aggressive slope on it, though?
That's right.
It's sometimes we can try to lift something like that, but a lot of times if it's a bad pour job that has too much slope or something, it can be difficult and break the concrete if you try to bring it past that original pour. Although sometimes it does work, but it's kind of something you have to roll the dice on a little bit.
Is there any way you can do it in sections? Or maybe even saw cut an area and do a little section at a time?
Potentially you could. It may or may not help with the cracking issue, trying to pull it past how it was originally poured. But I actually had a job today that the gentleman was just going to get some positive drainage on a driveway, and he says, I'm going to redo some stuff with the garage, so I don't care how the driveway matches up with the garage, or just can you lift it here? And I said, well, we're trying to bring it past the original elevation, and it worked. We were able to get him the positive drainage. Didn't have any issue with the slab cracking, just came right up. But I told him, from looking at it, I thought it probably would work. But I said, we don't know for certain. We're just going to have to try it, and he wanted to try it and see how things. All
right,
turn out.
let's see.
You can hold.
Well, that studio next door must be 20 degrees colder than this one. It's freezing in there.
Hey, I saw people in there the other day, which was weird. They must have been doing a...
They come in on Fridays because I think...
they must record for the weekend.
No, I think Dave Logan does something, and so they come in and cover for us. Something weird.
Voice specialist, and I found the Colorado Voice Clinic. Dr. Ackerman performed a laser procedure on my vocal cords, and I was back on the air in 3 weeks. He saved my career. Let him help you too with any kind of voice problem. Please get started at ColoradoVoiceClinic.com.
KRF at HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, this is your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Catherine Balders. President Biden today calling for Powell a trailblazer and a patriot of unmatched honor and dignity. The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Secretary of State died today of complications from COVID-19. Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
Today is a sad day for us here at State, especially for all those who worked for and with Secretary Powell.
Powell was fully vaccinated against COVID, but experts pointing out that the 84-year-old was battling blood cancer, which raised the risk of fatal complications from coronavirus. Today, jury selection beginning in the trial of 3 white men in the death of Ahmaud Arbery, a black man killed while out for a jog in February of last year. Marcus Arbery outside the courthouse in Brunswick, Georgia.
I know my son was lynched by a white mob.
One of Haiti's most dangerous gangs is believed to be behind the kidnapping of over a dozen U.S. missionaries over the weekend, including 5 children. This is ABC News. It might not be a quick or easy fix to get global supply chain issues back on track. Some companies are reporting delays throughout their manufacturing and shipping networks in time for the holidays. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said the supply chain issues could continue into next year. One study out of Texas suggests that the warmer months will be hotter more often.
The phenomenon is not unique to Texas, but it's especially pronounced here. In fact,
All the weather you hate is going to get more frequent.
Andrew Dressler is an atmospheric sciences professor at Texas A&M University.
Nobody likes days with 100. That's going to get a lot more frequent.
And A&M studies suggest that the number of annual 100-degree days in Texas will double by 2036. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
California is reporting its driest year in nearly a century. According to data from the Western Regional Climate Center, just 11.8 inches of rain and snow fell in the state, which is about half of the average. Catherine Balders, ABC News.
Yuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm. But finding an ideal replacement takes some training. Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews or talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, already!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. J-How News Time, 103.
State Health Department reports 983 people are currently hospitalized in Colorado with COVID. That's about 90 more than a week ago and 150 more than 2 weeks ago. It's also the highest number of cases since last December. The 7-day average of new cases in Colorado is similar to what it was a month ago, just under 2,000 a day. When it comes to COVID vaccination, just under 78% of eligible Coloradans have received 1 dose, and more than 71% are fully vaccinated.
Hey, Talib, what's the delay on the Troubleshooter show, the live feed on YouTube?
It grows depending on how long you've been listening to your feed.
Really?
Yeah, it can get really, really long at times.
Sometimes a couple days.
Not days.
No. What is it, like 20, 30 seconds?
Man, it can. I've seen it more than a minute.
Really?
You literally just watch the stream on YouTube
Which I'm watching. I'm just
and clock it between what's live here and there. When we first start, it might be a couple of seconds. After the first hour, it might be 7 to 10 seconds.
Really?
And if you come out and go back in, then you shorten your delay.
Wow.
You should shorten your delay because you should connect to a new stream each time.
Get your news with Newsy, the only 24/7 news TV's digital antenna or your favorite streaming device. News is the essential, relevant journalism you've been searching for. Knowledge facts without the opinion. Learn more at newsy.com.
I'm going to try something. I'm going to feel my arm.
And then start the timer.
I'm going to see
how
what.
long it takes you to get your arm up. Yeah, it still haven't showed you, right?
No.
Did you know the Colorado Lottery returns millions of dollars every year to parks, trails, pools, and open space?
27 seconds.
Okay, now drop that connection completely.
Just log out.
Leave YouTube, and then come back in.
Visit ColoradoLottery.com. Check out all the projects and places your lottery dollars make possible. When you play games with the Colorado Lottery, everyone wins. Play on Colorado. Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway. Mark Zuckerberg. How much
Now try it.
Yeah, now do it. See what your time is going to do.
Is social media even fixable? We'll talk about it Monday, 6:30 out. Denver's Talk Station. It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword green to 200-200. You'll get a
Still getting along the way. 7, 8, 11. Shit. Bad news. The lose.
Now it's even longer.
Mm-hmm. They're coming. 2 minutes. These guys out here are actually 2 minutes behind.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. If you go to Show Me Trouble on Instagram, the name of the account is Show Me Trouble, you'll see a patio that this guy Benjamin had put in, and he did not like it because even though it was a good stamp job and it was pretty sturdy, he said that there was too much slope on it. We had somebody else go out and look at it who confirmed it. Our inspector went out, said, hey, it's not good, and it wouldn't rise to the standards of the industry. He said there was some cracking, but mainly the slope. It was more than 6%. That's bad. More than 6%, and it should be 2%. So, Benjamin, the way the patio is right now, you spent $24,000. It's going to be really difficult to do this in small claims court, obviously. But what I suggest you do is get an estimate to see what it will do, maybe to possibly lift it. Now, one of the companies we have on the referral list, AAA Concrete Raising, his name is Trevor. Trevor raises concrete. And basically, if you go to one end of this, I'm wondering, if he can take a look at it, maybe he can see where you raise one end of it, and it could possibly lift it enough to take some of that slant out of it. Maybe you don't have to lift it in all areas. I don't know. I mean, it's a gamble, but it's better than tearing it all out first. You can always tear it out.
Yeah, and something like that is definitely worth, I think, at least getting a look at and getting some eyes on.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a possibility that there's something we can do to help with the mud jacking, the concrete raising side, and yeah, it'll be so much more cost effective than trying to redo the entire thing or fighting a battle probably with the company that poured it and on and on.
Right. So I think the first thing you should do, Benjamin, is have Trevor take a look at it, and Suze can hook you guys up. But Benjamin, if you could lift that, I'm thinking even if you go to one of the, it's not a corner, but on that arc, if you go in underneath that arc maybe and raise it to where just that one main area is more level, that might help you a lot.
Mm-hmm. And it's something too where
they can do.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Trevor?
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, I've even had times where, man, we might not be able to to get it to the point where it's really got its proper, grade on it that it should, but we're able to get it up trying to pull it past where it was poured enough that it's not going to feel like you're just walking off the side of a cliff,
Yeah. I really appreciate it. And so what we're going to do is, Suze, if you can hook those guys up, AAA Concrete Raising, on a referral list at referrallist.com. Javier, what's going on with you? Javier.
Yes.
What's
I'm
happening?
Here.
What's going on?
On the 25th of last month, we purchased it's used, but it's a new car. It had 4,000 miles.
Okay,
400 miles, I'm sorry.
400. Tell me what kind of car it was.
It's a Hyundai Palisade.
How many, what year?
21.
A 2021 Hyundai Palisade.
Yes.
Palisade.
Okay.
And we paid cash for it, but I never got the title.
Did you buy this from a private owner?
No. It's called Skyline Mitsubishi.
Okay. You bought it from Skyline, and you didn't get the title. When did you pay?
I paid it on the 25th.
Of?
Last month.
September 25th. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so you paid September 25th, and you still don't have the title. Well, that's going to take a while. I wouldn't expect you to have it now. They were going to send in the title work for you, right? And then you get a postcard to come in, right?
Well, actually, I thought I was going to get it when I get my plates, and I was wrong. I've been calling.
Hold on.
They're telling me.
Hold on. Did you get your plates?
No.
I know. Not yet. So you're still on a temp tag, right?
Yes.
Javier, it's really soon. I mean, things have been going like 60 to 90 days at Motor Vehicle.
Okay.
Why?
I appreciate it.
Did you think you were supposed to get your title in the mail sooner?
Yes. Here's what
happens.
But you educated me. I'm not arguing or turning nobody in.
Yeah, no. It's okay. Skyline, though, is a licensed dealer. I don't think you should have a problem getting the title work. Didn't they tell you that they're going to send in the title work, right? Or the work, the documents to the county, DMV, and then you would get a postcard saying your stuff is ready. Come in and get your plates, right?
Actually, no. I thought they would send me the title. And they didn't say nothing. Actually, they didn't talk about it. But now they're telling me the person.
Well, hold on. How do you plan to get your plates?
When they send me that card.
That's right. That's right.
You just started saying something though. So they told you the person that sold it to them what?
Didn't have the title for some reason or another. That delaying the title.
So they bought it without getting the title? That's really strange.
And they sold it without having a title? That sounds too weird to me.
That's the reason I'm calling. I'm not in a hurry. I can wait.
Hold
forever,
on. What did they? Who did you talk to? Who did you talk to at? Who were you working with at Skyline?
He tells me I have nothing to do with it. I just do what I'm told. But his name is Angel, as an angel.
Yep.
Middle initial A, Juarez, Juarez.
And he said when you call him that he just does what he's told?
Yes. He has nothing. He can no power to do anything.
No.
He could be right.
No. We need to talk to somebody in their back office. No, this is wrong. If they sold that without a title, I don't know what their plan was. Unless that title was supposed to be sent into this. That's how it usually is. The original title is sent into the state. But I just want to make sure that it's in process. Deputy Doc, this should be pretty easy. Skyline. And just say, listen, Javier bought this. And Angel Juarez, he's the one that sold it. and we'd like to know where the title is if it's being processed. I don't know, man.
Javier, just give your phone number to Susie, and I'll call you right back.
I think that we can help you by simply putting a call in. I don't think Skyline would ever try to sell a car they didn't have title to. They may have been overly rambunctious, and they sold a car that, let's say, maybe they should have waited, but they didn't have title, and they decided they'd have it by the time they needed it. Who knows? That could be it.
I understand.
All right, hold on, and then Deputy Doc will talk to you. SaferNet.com is a place you go online and download an app called SaferNet. It runs in the background of your phone or your computer or your laptop or your tablet, wherever you want it, and it provides protection against all malware, all virus, all kinds of ransomware, and adware and spyware. It's wonderful stuff. You won't believe the pricing. Only $2.99 for the first 2 devices. If you add devices, only $1.99 each. And you get a 44-day trial. Just putting Tom in the promo code. SaferNet.com.
That part is super important. Here's why I have the booming voice. I'm emphasizing everything. Like a page with every word highlighted. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Liberty, 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 liberty. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Fix it 24/7 or fixmyhome.com for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. That's right. If you need help at your home, why don't you get them to your home for $39, no matter what it is, and they'll find the problem. They'll look at it and make sure that you have a healthy system and what the problem is for $39. Whether it be plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Then if you have the work done, which they quote up front with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, they'll credit you the $39. It's a very simple proposition. Fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939. Also, check them out in 303consumer.com. In new and older issues, all available at 303consumer.com. That's fixmyhome.com. .com, 720-526-3939. If you're looking for floor coverings, Simply Floors Inc. can take care of it, and they can take care of it for less money, better installers, and better financing, and better warranties. They sell all the popular floor coverings and put their names behind it along with their installers. They'll come to you and work it out and bring everything you're interested in, so you don't even have to leave home if you don't want to. They're at 52nd and Ward, Southwest corner, but call them for your appointment or go online and make your own appointment right now. Simply Floors Inc., INC, simplyfloorsinc.com. Right now, we've heard of supply chain shortages, and when it comes to auto repair, a lot of places are stuck in the mud. Now, all your normal maintenance you can have done at Sheridan Auto Tech, and he's stocked up with parts. Call him if you have any special issue. He also does electrical issues, normal maintenance and repairs, and heavy maintenance and repairs on Colfax and Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth. And on Havana in Aurora, just south of 6th Avenue. That's Uncle Kevin, in business more than 20 years with thousands of satisfied customers with honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience.